winning the championship isn't really an option for young Christian Horner. This is his first big opportunity, and he's only here because of his own never-say-die search for money.
As a British driver, it's very hard to make the step to Formula One these days. Budgets are ever increasing in this formula, but I worked very hard over the winter and managed to put a good package in place. Come to a new team although it's a new team, there's a lot of experienced personnel here, and I'm using Formula 3000 because it competes at some of the supporting Grand Prix, and we do almost all the European Grand Prix tracks as well. So it's an ideal stepping stone for a young driver aspiring to get into Formula One. Very rewarding that we've qualified for the first event. That was always our objective coming here. It's been a long winter. We've worked very hard. I'm driving for a new team this year. That's every component is new. So it's a major result for us to have actually made the race here today.
Gary Horner was just happy to see his son Christian come home safely in 17th.
It's tremendously frustrating because, as with any serious professional racing driver, you're out there to give it your very best shot, and you know it's obviously very, very disappointing when it doesn't go right for you.
The other British drivers didn't fare too well. Christian Horner again failed to qualify after struggling to find a setup for his Lola, while Gareth Rees will start 21st, and David Cook has only scraped in because Cochero crashed in this morning's warm-up.
Came here determined to turn things around for the second half of the year, and we went through things in enormous detail prior to the race. Found a few things on the car that weren't quite as we'd hoped, but we managed to rectify them and now are going in the right direction.
Christian, you've got what you wanted to finish.
Yeah, I mean, at half distance I lost total feeling in my right foot. I was suffering from dreadful cramp, and it caused me quite a considerable amount of pain in the second half of the race, but we've clocked up the miles. The car ran consistently from start to finish. I did my fastest lap, one lap from the end, so I'm moderately pleased with the outcome of the result. If I can get a good start, make up a few places, we've got a good race set up, and you know, I'm sure that we can pick up a lot of places in the race. I was able to catch people with ease, past a few people, but our fifth gear was just a little bit too short, and which made overtaking incredibly hard at the end of the straight. It was all on the brakes, but a good experience. The car's running well. Looking to have a good run at Jerez in a few weeks' time.
Christian Horner would be the first to admit that with a brand new team in a new series, he's struggled at times to keep up with the front runners, although his last few finishes have shown promise for the future. And Christian is optimistic about next season. With two cars in the team, there'll be a lot more feedback to help improve performances.
Never having driven in an international championship before, all the tracks have been new. Some of them have been street tracks, some of them have been Grand Prix circuits, and there's been a huge amount to learn. And in order to capitalise on what we've done this year, you know, next year was always at the back of our minds. If we could get in the top 15, you know, I would be reasonably satisfied with that. With a bit of luck, who knows, maybe even the top 10. It's the last race.
That brings a first ever point for Christian Horner in 6th.
Made a very good start from the restart, and then I just kept my head down, and I had Rowley, my engineer, screaming in my ear every lap, pushing and egging me on, and the times were good in the car, and the testing and development we've done between the last race has really showed off this last run.